Bitcoin is on thin ice. I'm going to explain what's happening right now, but if you've ever stood on thin ice, it's not a place to be, because once it starts to crack, it starts to shatter and you fall through and it gets very, very ugly. I'm going to explain how Bitcoin can avoid this thin ice and come out on top. If you're new here, my name is Steve. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to jump into this chart right here and give the latest and greatest as we move into the monthly close, as well as this chart. Major things happening on each chart in terms of a thin ice scenario. So this we'll call scenario one. As Bitcoin moves into the monthly close, what I want you to notice is that when Bitcoin topped, we had this incredibly large selling pressure come in with this huge wick. This wick of October 21, right? This huge wick had our momentum running downhill. And we ran into this place where we've been in this little price channel for 3, 6, 9 months, okay? 9 months we've been playing with this price channel. Okay, we're on the 3-month chart, so each of these candles is representing the 3 months price action. And what's beautiful about what happened to Bitcoin is when it fell down and it rolled down the hill and it gained momentum and it rolled faster and faster and faster and faster down, our first channel top was this top wick here, the top with October 2017. And the bottom of our price channel that we've been in is the top of this wick from January 2018. So we had the top of this wick and the top of this wick forming this beautiful channel. And this beautiful channel has defined the last 9 months of Bitcoin, literally. So the body of this candle, the wick of this candle, the body of this candle, and the support here. And then you can see here, this candle is not closed. Whenever you watch this video, it won't look precisely like this. It's irrelevant until it closes. When the candle closes, that's the key. The candle will close when you look out your window and there's fireworks happening on New Year's Eve. That's when this candle is going to close. And I'm about to tell you the price that you want this to close if we remain inside of this beautiful channel that we've been building for 9 months. If this beautiful channel that we've been building for 9 months breaks, you have to look no further than this line and this line, because these two lines are not quite like the price channel that we've been in for 9 months. They're significantly stronger, right? This is kind of a thin ice scenario. We literally have been on thin ice for 9 months. And if you've ever stood on thin ice, sometimes it cracks and it's getting close to cracking. This is the bad news, right? If Bitcoin's body closes below this price, and I'll tell you the price in a moment. I also want to give an update on this chart. I'm going to give an update on this chart and we'll come back to revisit all the key points here. This chart, take a look at this purple line. Right? We're on the weekly chart, but keep an eye on this purple line. This purple line has been our best friend for Bitcoin's entire history. Every single bear market, Bitcoin has held support at this purple line. Case in point, 2015, holding support on this purple line, 0.1 and 0.2. 2018, holding support on this purple line, 0.1 and 0.2. 2022, we broke this purple line for the first time ever. Now, in charting, whenever you have a level that's been critical support for days, weeks, months, years, it doesn't matter the time. If it's been critical support for a long period of time and we break it, it becomes a resistance, and how we play with that resistance is key. Sometimes we'll have this hold support, it'll break and then it will come right back up and hold support. That's a sign of strength and it's foreshadowing into the future. On other occasions, if we're holding support and we break it and then we get resistance from this line, it sometimes rejects us down quite a bit. Right? This line could be our worst enemy, right? So what you're seeing here is we came up and we battled up towards this purple line, and you can see the wick that we had, right? This is a selling wick. This is people taking profits near here. This is saying this purple line is not playing nice with us. Right? We are showing some early warning signs with this purple line. If we continue to get resistance from this line and rejected, the more we get rejected from here, the weaker that Bitcoin is going to be, and it could fall through that thin ice and we could break, okay? So you want to look at how Bitcoin is playing with this purple line over the coming weeks. Right? And right now, this purple line is at precisely about 19,000, just below it. Keep in mind, it is going down a little bit over time, but 19,000 is that level that Bitcoin needs to get back above there and hold support with a confirmation candle. So we're showing some weakness here with this purple line at the same time that we've got some weakness happening with this thin ice, right? So we're in this area where Bitcoin is about to make a bigger move, and we're showing a little bit of weakness. Now, earlier in the videos, we showed you that Bitcoin has this bullish divergence, right? That we're in this pressure cooker, that our stochastic RSI on the weekly and the 2-week chart are critical. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. We want this green line to be on top. We're a little bit far away from that happening. And we have our MACD cross that's been on the 12-day chart, happens every single bear market, and it happens every time that the bottom is in, or it has happened for 5 times. So all of those factors are happening at the same time that we're on this thin ice, right? So we have to take in this whole scope. And if you're new to our channel, we just talk about the facts. Hit that subscribe button. We don't fluff anything up. We don't talk about what we hope are going to happen or with a coin flip or talk about all these different scenarios. We talk about pure facts, cold hard facts. Men lie, women lie, the charts don't lie. So as we look at the facts here, we have this little price channel that's been key for 9 months. We don't want to play with that. We need the body to close inside of this price channel as it has for the past 9 months. Now, where is that price? That price is at about 17.2K, right? 17.2K. You want the body of Bitcoin closing the month out, closing this year out above 17.2. If we don't, we're going to put a crack, a pretty heavy crack inside of our thin ice. We've been on thin ice for a little while. You don't want to hang out a long time on thin ice. And if we have a crack in our thin ice, this could start to turn into a bigger shatter, right? So this line right here, this one's at 13.7. This is a level we've been talking about for over a year. This has always been a possibility. Why? Because this is literally the strongest level in Bitcoin. And we have another level at 10.7 that's incredibly strong as well. So these levels, very, very strong. These are not thin ice. We've been on thin ice inside of this price channel because that's the top of this wick and the top of this wick. But these other levels are substantial, not thin ice levels. So keep a close eye. We don't want to fall to 13.7, but we could, right? We could. And we're going to have to play with this purple line again. We cannot show weakness. We cannot continue to show weakness with this purple line. And the longer it takes to break this purple line, the more turmoil Bitcoin is going to have. So keep a close eye on these 2 charts. I wanted to give you this update so you can still stay way informed. And we will be giving you some updates once that turn of the new year happens and we print these monthly candles. We're going to start to get a lot of confirmations into the market, and we'll be pumping out some videos to keep you up to date. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss those out. Happy holidays, happy new year to you, and I'll catch you in the new year. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.